Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So in yesterday's video we took a look at what were the best SIG 1 6-star champions to rank up in my personal opinion. And yeah, I think that is a very common and important situation. But situation that you see behind me is also quite common. As we can see, the champions that you would typically consider taking up as 6 stars, like Void over here, Unawakened. Champions that you do not want to rank up, King Groot, Juggernaut, Awakened. Which champions should be good enough, even unawakened, to rank up as 6 stars, to rank 2 or possibly rank 3? Now, first things first, and it's a very important point to note, that taking a 6 star to rank 3 is critical to your prestige if you do it early on. If you have had your prestige rank ups already set and sorted, and if you have 6, 7, 8 6-star rank 3 champions, then you have much more leeway. If we're currently talking about anything else than which 6-star to take to rank 3 in order to become a Thronebreaker, or which 6-star to rank up after you have sorted out your prestige, then please remember, do not take unduped champions up, take prestige in consideration, and make your decisions based on that. However, again, if you're looking for perhaps your very first champion to get Thronebreaker as quickly as possible, or you just want to know which champions are better unawakened, then we can go through every single class and figure out which champions I would personally say are good enough unawakened to take up to rank 3. So once again, I have enlisted the help of Aunt May's website, which we're going to use. And we're going to go through every single class in no order in particular, because obviously all of that is subjective, just like this video is my opinion of which champions I would personally take to rank 2 or 3, even unawakened. Also, a quick note, because a lot of people seem to miss it from yesterday's video, I'm focusing on 6-star champions and 6-star champions specifically. Therefore, champions who are not available as 6 stars in the game are automatically disqualified, like Quake up there. Right, so in science class, I think there are 2 clear winners when it comes to 6 stars that could go to rank 3 without seconds hesitation, and that I would not even be bothered by the fact that they are not awakened. We have Human Torch. His awakened ability lets him regain his persistent charge after ever so many fights, basically. Have him awakened, maybe use that awaken ability twice in a year plus. Really quite useless awaken ability for most part, or at the very least, if it's not useless, it's some awaken ability that you can very easily find a way how to play around. The second champion that I would definitely not hesitate to take to rank 3 unawakened, She-Hulk. A signature ability is a bunch of neat, nice things that effectively don't really matter to her main kit. Only thing that you would actually miss is that she has a chance to purify debuff each time she hits a science champion. That can be quite useful against voids and alike, but it's not vital, and the rest of the abilities are take it or leave it. She-Hulk itself, though, phenomenal champion, and therefore would immediately go up to rank 3 without hesitation. Now, then there are obviously some other options which are not maybe as high quality champions, like Wasp, who does not need her awakened ability at all, or Immortal Hulk. I have taken him up rank 3 unduped because he's crazy fun. But the main 2 here are definitely Human Torch and She-Hulk. Another champion that I would try to get up to rank 3 as quickly as possible, even unawakened, because I believe the champion is that good, is Immortal Abomination. Because Immortal Abomination is becoming more and more valuable. But that's about it for science class. Right, we're going to move on to skill class. And skill class actually is getting beefier and beefier by the day. However, majority of the top skill options quite badly need those signature levels. Nick Fury needs to be awakened, A-Gun needs to be high sig, so on and so forth. Stealth Suit Spider-Man needs high sig for damage, otherwise he can easily get out damaged by a high sig 5-star. Which skills? Well, I think the best unduped skill champion to rank up is Mallman. His awakened ability is not irrelevant. It gives him more attack. It's really not needed though. And all of the things that make Maulman great are on his base hit, not his awakened ability. And then we also have Hitmonkey, who is not my favorite champion. Is not something that I would immediately want to rank up, but is definitely worthy rank up option in my opinion, even unawakened, because he doesn't rely on that awakened ability at all. It's just like additional optional extra there. Couple more champions to mention, Black Widow, Deadly Origins, and Elsa. They're not quite up to the same power level as Hitmonkey or Maulman, but they also do not particularly rely on their awakened abilities, and I would consider taking them up depending on what circumstances I am currently in. But that is about it for skill class. Let's jump to the mutants, and mutants actually have plenty of options that can go to rank 3, even unawakened, and we can just go in alphabetical order here pretty much. So Apocalypse, definitely an option to rank 3 unawakened. Great champion, does not need awakened ability at all whatsoever. It actually serves no purpose to his like base mechanics. Whoa, let's just take a break right here. So if you have been enjoying the video thus far, then it would be absolutely magnificent if you could please hit that sub button for me. Hopefully today is the day that I have earned your subscription. Then on top of that we have Domino. Now I do have a rank 3 unduped Domino. I do not recommend taking up Domino to rank 3 myself. It's not quite the decision that I'm most proud of, but it is an option. Emma Frost is a fantastic option to go to rank 3 unawakened for sure. Then we have Havoc, who is also well worthy of rank 3 unawakened if you do not have better options. I think he can still put in a lot of work unduped. Magneto, definitely well worthy to go to rank 3 unawakened. And then we have Professor X. And that is about it in Mutant class. So, Mutant class is a tricky horse because there's a lot of great rank up options, and, well, we just went through about 5, I think, that, or 6, that are definitely worthwhile rank ups, even unawakened. So that is definitely helpful. Obviously, there's also Strife, but you want to rank Strife unawakened only if you plan to use him for abreast type content. For casual questing and alike, you really do want that awakened ability. Move on to the next class, and that would be Tech, and Tech is also quite simple. Warlock is the ideal candidate. Warlock is a fantastic option to take to rank 3 unawakened because vast majority of his utility kit is on his base abilities. Awakened ability is effectively just some degen. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I do have SIG 200 Warlock, 6-star rank 3. The degen is nice, it helps with damage output, but it's by no means essential, and Warlock is so good that I would take him to rank 3 unduped without moment's hesitation. And alongside Warlock we have Guillotine 2099, whose awakened ability is, again, additional optional extra. I really don't find too much value on it, and she's another champion that I wouldn't care at the slightest about the fact that she's unawakened. If I want to take her up, I do that immediately. Now, the third champion I would call Ghost. Now, Ghost does lose a lot being unduped, and don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. If you do not have Ghost awakened, fights are significantly slower, and if you want to put up some decent numbers, you need to alter your playstyle and rely on your heavy attacks a lot more, and overall, you do want to have Ghost awakened. She does not necessarily need super high SIG, but you do want her awakened. But Ghost is so good that I would even rank her up unawakened as well, because even unawakened, she's still better than vast majority of the champions in the game. And past Ghost, we still have Hulkbuster, who, just like Apocalypse, basically doesn't really lose anything significant. If you do not have his awakened ability, all of his base mechanics and all of his utility remains. Only thing you lose effectively is some regen in case you dip below 15% health. That sometimes can save you, but often doesn't because it kicks in with delay and it's not that potent. And last mention here in Tech class will be Mysterio. I think Mysterio is still a great champion offensively and defensively. I think that you can do without his awakened ability very easily. It's neat, it's nice, helps to run him somewhat slightly quicker and smoother, it definitely isn't needed to access everything Mysterio has to offer. Now, Cosmic Class might be a bit trickier to comment because all top 3 current Cosmic Champions really are worthy options. Top 3 Cosmic Champions currently would be Corvus Glaive. Corvus is a champion that needs his Awaken ability. Even without it, he still is a worthwhile option, but I think Unawakened, he loses more than other 2. So he's Unawakened. I don't think I can honestly put him above Cosmic Ghost Rider or Captain Marvel movie. Cosmic Ghost Rider is quite similar case. He doesn't need to be Awakened or High Sig. He is great either way. Awaken ability lets him transform his power lock into Damnation debuff, which is effectively Fate Seal, Heal Block, Power Lock, which is much more useful. But the Power Lock also does good enough job, and Cosmic Ghost Rider, well, let's face it, if you want to rank him up, you are likely gonna rank him up for very big yellow numbers, much less for the Fate Seal. Now, all that being said, obviously, you do want to get Corvus Awakened, you do want to get Cosmic Ghost Rider Awakened eventually, and you do want to get Captain Marvel movie version, which is the third option that I would consider taking up, because, again, she does lose quite a significant bit. She does lose her indestructibility debuff, and that's important. That is very important, because that is a significant piece of utility. But she's a beast, even Unawakened, and in my opinion also worth ranking up. And Cosmic rankings, I think, in general, are quite shifty depending on circumstances, whether you run Suicide Masteries, which ones are Awakened, which ones aren't, whether you care for Prestige more or less, so on and so forth. So it's a very trickle bundle there, because the top 3 champions still remain the top 3 options to rank up in Cosmic Class. It's just that their order changes slightly. And I think best Unawakened Cosmic Champion to take to rank 3 is probably Cosmic Ghost Rider, followed by Captain Marvel movie version, followed by Corvus. Versus if all of them are Awakened, order would be different. And there is also Venom. I think Venom is also a perfectly viable option if you're looking for a good solid champion for your first rank 3 6-star to become Thronebreaker, or just because you do have Cosmic Catalyst and you want to rank up someone that's good, then Venom is definitely also a viable option to go up, even unduped. And that is where I'd call it quits. I don't think I'd take up any other Cosmic Champion unduped. And then we have the last class, Mystic. And Mystic is quite similar to Cosmic, because realistically none of the top 3 changes. Awakened or Unawakened, the top champions are so good that they still remain the top champions. Now, the only difference with Cosmic Class is that they don't even change the order. Obviously, the one Mystic champion, the one champion anybody would rank up immediately, Awakened or Unawakened, Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom is the best option to rank up at Sig 1, Sig 20, Sig 200, or Unawakened. He's just that much better than anything else in Mystic Class. Black Widow Clairvoyant, one of the most useless Sig abilities in the game, and anything and everything that's good about her stays away from this pointless signature ability with a shitty 6-foot stick. Because that ability, I believe I might have had a chance to use it once or twice in the past. Very useless. Therefore, Black Widow Clairvoyant, Awakened, Unawakened, Sig 1, Sig 200, all the same stuff. Doesn't affect her at all. And then we also have the Blue Genie here, Sorcerer Supreme. Her Awaken ability is more important than Black Widow Clairvoyant, without a doubt. But it's just an additional optional extra. She's still well worth the rank up, even Unawakened. So those would be my top 3 options. And then you can take a look at Dragon Man, who is still a great option, even Unawakened, because again, signature ability is kind of like an optional extra. You have Longshot, who's also a fantastic rank up option, even unduped. You have Symbiote Supreme, also a viable option, even unduped. And that is about it. That concludes the list of all 6-star champions that I would personally consider taking to rank 3, even Unawakened. So that is pretty much it for today's video. And again, please do remember 2 key things that people seem to forget based on my yesterday's video. Number 1, very important, this is my personal perspective, your views on the game, champions that you value more than I do, will always differ. This is just me putting out what I think, what I would personally do and would not consider and can actually recommend to other people. There are many different factors that can lead to your rank up decisions, whether that is Alliance War defense or that is I ranked up Immortal Hulk because I find him incredibly fun. I might take Carnage up to rank 3 because I love playing Carnage. But those are not the rank up decisions that I could potentially recommend somebody in good faith. And point number 2, we are talking here only about 6-star champions. Anything that's not released as a 6-star is automatically disqualified from being even mentioned. Like Hyperion, for example, you assholes. Anyways, that is it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'm gonna catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information